Looks like we have a complainant here, invited by Villeneuve to a party on Palm Beach Island, Florida, to a residence she believes to have belonged to Jeffrey Epstein. Reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when it occurred, and the friend allegedly bit Trump while performing. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein. Blank reported she has a friend, Leslie McMichael, who was a personal assistant to Epstein in Florida from 86 until 91 or 92. This friend shared names of some of the guests at Epstein's parties to include Bill and Donald Trump. At age 61 modeling, caller attended 8 parties at Epstein's New York residence. On one occasion, caller reported she was sexually assaulted by Epstein. On another occasion, 2 twin brothers, Alan and Orrin, lured caller and her friend upstairs, but they escaped back downstairs. Caller stated Orrin raped her best friend, and a third brother, Tal, raped a 14-year-old girl named Katie LNU. Caller named other individuals involved in big orgy parties with her, other young girls, and older Victoria's Secret models, including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Online complainant reported she was a victim and witness to a sex trafficking ring at the Trump golf course in Rancho Palos Verdes, California, between 95 and 96. Complainant reported Ghislaine Maxwell as the madam and broker for sex parties, clients of whom included Epstein, Robin Leach, and Donald Trump. Complainant reported participating in orgies and that some girls went missing, rumored to have been murdered and buried at the facility. Complainant reported being threatened by Trump's then head of security that if she ever talked of what went on there or who she saw, she would end up as fertilizer for the back 9 holes like the other C words. We need to dig up that golf course and that ranch, and we need to see if any of the missing girls are there. Complainant claims to have video of high-profile sex parties dealing with cartels and having witnessed Robin Leach strangle a young girl to death at a party. Claims he was contacted by a female victim of Epstein's who wants to publish a book. Complainant provided background to himself, such as working with prominent figures such as Leslie Wexner and Epstein, being pardoned by a U.S. president, among several other pieces of information. The victim reportedly knew about criminal activity that occurred in multiple states and on airplanes, and told complainant there were films of prominent men such as Epstein, Bill Clinton, and Donald Trump, and that Ghislaine Maxwell is in the videos as well. Complainant reported meeting Elisa Villanueva at a hospital where they were roommates in 2000, who now goes by Ghislaine Lisa Villanueva. That's weird. Complainant was invited by V to a party on Palm Beach Island, Florida, to a residence she believes to have belonged to Epstein. There she met a model scout named Bobby Cox, whom V allegedly referred to as a pimp. Complainant stated V spoke with a hostess at the residence, whom complainant believed to be Ghislaine Maxwell. Well, at this party, complainant stated that they had all been invited by Donald Trump to a party at Mar-a-Lago. Complainant told V she wanted to go to the party and was allegedly told by V that it was for prostitutes. One complainant was 14 years old. Ghislaine Maxwell allegedly approached her about modeling, international travel, and massages. Complainant never reached out to Maxwell because the offer sounded as if it was mostly based around modeling, which complainant was unable to do because of a hip defect. Complainant made a podcast of her story about her encounter with Ghislaine Maxwell when she was approximately 14 to 15 years old. Complainant reported his ex-girlfriend's daughters were victims of Epstein's, and one was murdered. While working as a limousine driver, complainant recalling picking up Donald Trump in 1995 to take him to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. During that ride, complainant recalled some of the things Trump spoke about on his cell phone was very concerning and describing a few seconds from pulling the limousine over on the median and within a few seconds of pulling him out of the car and hurting him due to some of the things he was saying. Complainant noted Trump repeatedly stated the name Jeffrey while on the phone. One of the complainant's ex-girlfriend's daughters told complainant Trump raped her, as did Epstein. Caller is talking about crimes committed against her. She claims to be a prisoner. She references Lisa Marie Presley, the British royal family, President Trump, and Jeffrey Epstein. Lives in Australia. I found a whole folder on Australia, and Trump is in it. Trump is in the next one, too. Is this all Trump? Complainant reported her neighbor sought modeling gigs at the Trump modeling agency in New York City between the years of 98 and 2000. Complainant reported neighbor allegedly went on cruises set up by a recruiter or head of the agency and once showed complainant a photo of the recruiter whom complainant recalled looking like Epstein. Caller provided information to reference prior civil case from 13 years ago that involved Trump and mentioned Jeffrey Epstein with a minor. Complainant following up after a call with NYPD officer regarding her previous tip, reporting that she was forced to perform oral sex when she was 13. This is Trump. Complainant also reported there were high-profile individuals involved in her sex trafficking and the murder and disposal, oh good Lord, of her newborn daughter. Complainant reported Donald Trump participated regularly in paying money to force her to perform sex acts with him, and alleged Trump was present with her uncle when her uncle murdered her newborn child. Caller was taken by boat to Epstein Island. Caller reported the school was mad at her for not being a Trump person and that the school wanted her to testify and say things against Andrew Cuomo. The FBI and Donald Trump were on the phone during the meeting. Caller believes the FBI has baby pictures of her with Epstein. What? Caller reported that in 1987 a friend was out drinking and ended up at Trump Plaza. Victim 1 saw Donald Trump and wanted to meet him. An unknown man approached her and offered to introduce her to Trump. The unknown man gave Victim 1 a drink, and Victim 1 woke up naked and sore with $300 on the bed. She remembered seeing a flash of Trump's face. Victim 1 called the caller and told her she thought she had been raped. Victim 1 did not go to a hospital to have a rape kit performed because she didn't think anybody would believe her, especially because she was drunk. Victim 1's husband's business had problems with suppliers, and Victim 1 believed Trump was behind it. Victim 1 also started dating a lawyer, identifiers unknown, who was married. Victim 1 had a fight with her lawyer boyfriend and went to a bar. Victim 1 left a bar with a man who no one in the bar recognized, but who seemed familiar with Victim 1. Victim 1 was never seen again. A few years ago, remains were discovered that matched the description of what Victim 1 was wearing when she went missing. DNA tests at the time were inconclusive. 2004-2005, Sir Ivan Wilzig hosted a party where Jeffrey Epstein, Sammy Sosa, and Donald Trump were in attendance. Patti LaBelle's PR agent stood at the door. At the party, caller met an individual who was approximately 18 to 23 years of age, who was brought from Oklahoma for a modeling job, but then sold to a man in France. A couple of years later, caller called Colette at the Cheetah Club in New York and told one of Santos' friends that Jamie Foxx was interested in spending a night with her and that he could pay her a lot of money. Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago called Calendar Girls, with Jeffrey Epstein would bring the children in and Trump would auction them off. He measured the children's vulva and vaginas by rated the children. The guests were elder men and included Elon Musk, Donald Jr. Trump, Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump were there. Alan Dershowitz was also there. with attorney Bob Shapiro. We were taken in rooms, forced to give oral to President Trump, forced to allow them. I was 13 years old and Donald Trump raped me. Ghislaine was present. So I'm going to stop. I can't read anymore. EFTA 016600653. Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Good Lord. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh my gosh. 5 pages of reports against Donald Trump. This is disgusting. This man needs to go to jail. I can't believe Pam Bondi would protect somebody like this. She's a pig too. They're all disgusting. Yeah, Dan Bongino, you ruined your career for sure. They all did. I will never believe another word that comes out of any of their mouths. They are all lying, disgusting human beings that belong in jail. I am so sick and tired of this. Franklin's scandal was real. McMartin preschool scandal was real. All of it was real. Pizzagate, all of it. Okay, so let's try something. Okay, so there's 4,804 results for Trump. $32 Melania Trump. 103 of just Melania. 23 Eric Trump. 41 Donald Trump Jr.'s. 93 Ivanka Trump. Let's not forget Jared Kushner. 105. And Ivana, 13. Trump, 4,798. That'll be their legacy.